Section 5.6, radical expressions. Now the definition of a radical was explained in section 5.5. Now we're simplifying. And there's a few rules. One of the rules is the index is as small as possible. Now the index is the number in front of the radical. Another rule is the radicand contains no fractions. So there's no fractions under radical. So they have to be simplified. Another one is there's no radicals in denominator. And we'll get to, that's called rationalizing. And we'll get to that in a little bit. But let's just do some examples to get started. Let's say we had the square root of x to the 4th over y to the 5th. Now we can split that up to the square root of the top divided by the square root of the bottom. Obviously, the square root of x to the 4th is x squared, and the square root of y to the 5th breaks down to 5y's. We want to get pairs, so y squared can come out, but we still have a square root of y left in the denominator. Now in order to get rid of this square root of y, we have to multiply top and bottom by the square root of y. So we have x squared times root y on top, and when we multiply those two, we end up with the square root of y squared, and those cancel. We end up with y to the 3rd in the denominator. So that would be our answer. Let's do another one. Let's say we had to add radicals. Now we add radicals just like monomials. So if we had root 6 plus root 6, we have 2 root 6. So we can only add the things that have the same exact underneath the radical, like terms. Most of the time you have to simplify first, but since the square root of 6 only breaks down to 3 and 2, there's not a pair, then combine. Now for multiplying, it's very similar to multiplying monomials. Let's say we had the square root of 2 plus the square root of 5 times 4 plus the square root of 2. I like to set it up as a box. We have root 2 plus root 5 times 4 plus root 2. And you have to basically multiply all parts. So we have 4 root 2 here. We have 4 root 5. Square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is the square root of 4, which equals 2. Root 2 times root 5 is equal to root 10. Now we're going to combine everything in the middle, but none of this can combine. So we're actually going to end up with 2 plus 4 root 2 plus 4 root 5 plus root 10. The answers become kind of long if nothing inside simplifies.